Hi, Brielle.
Hi, Tiff.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
It's great to
Um,
hear. I love it. I
are
love
you
to hear
ready?
that.
Are you ready for the weirdest thing that happened to me very recently?
Yes.
Okay, so picture it. I bought a new nail polish, and
Wait. What? Oh, what was it called?
it was called Hot Strawberry. So as you can probably imagine, it was hot pink, right?
Hmm.
It's the morning. I have Fridays off now, so right before we went to go swim for the day, go lay out, I'm gonna do my nails. So I polish them hot strawberry and I put a top coat on them. And I'm with Di, our best friend, Di. And I get in the car and she was very busy while I was doing this. So I was like, oh, look, Di, I did my nails. And I show her and they were hot pink. And she's like, oh, they look nice. I get to where we're going to swim and I look down at them and they're bright neon peach.
Hmm.
And at first, it started with one nail, and I was like, that's really weird. Maybe I globbed on the clear on that one. So maybe it's like somehow doing some sort of chemical weird thing. So just did it with one nail. And as I'm showing my friend Kristen, they're peach. I even put them up to my toes, which are peach, and they were the exact same color. And I'm like, okay, this is really weird. I go to swim, I get in the water, and it turned beige. My nails were then beige. And I'm like, what is happening? I am so thankful that I showed Di at first because everybody thinks I'm crazy at this point. And it turns out, of course, I was just yelling about it for an eons of time, it felt like. Di looked it up and it turns out that the chemicals in that color, like sometimes just fade.
It
And
with under 24 hours though? That's
well,
crazy.
it said usually over a few days, but I was like in the sun and in the pool was a saltwater pool, but that still has chlorine. And by the end of the day, it looked like I had no nail polish and it was beige. And I went to the distillery with people at the end of the day, and I was like telling everybody this story, and I was everybody didn't believe me, and I was like, no, no, no. Like I almost went to the car and got the color. I was like, no, no, no. So I had to redo my nails, but that was the weirdest thing that's happened to me in a long time.
That's disappointing because you wasted all that time doing your nails.
Exactly. And
I feel like you
like,
should write them a letter. I feel like you should write them
oh,
a letter.
I definitely am, but
Okay,
I'm
good.
trying to wait till I'm less mad because also I hate beige. Beige is the most boring. So then I came home and redid my nails.
Is that the same color?
No,
I'm just asking. I
guess
don't
what?
know.
It's just some red that I had. This really doesn't match my toes, but I have to go get a mani-pedi, but like here we are.
It's dead nail polish. Dead nail polish.
I have to return it, but whatever. But I can't believe that like why didn't they just take it off the market?
I want to hear what happens after you write a letter because I can't believe that would be allowed. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
All right. Well, that's not a
They're gonna
very
get a strongly worded letter.
they as you should. I'm sorry. I want my money back for you.
I love this brand. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to hurt their feelings,
I
but
know.
I was so upset because also I could not leave this beige color on. Like it was perfect, but I was like, looks like I have no nail polish on. And I hate when I have no nail polish on. But they
Oh,
were,
I know.
yeah. And
I know how
also,
you are.
like, I was like, should I just do a coat over it? Like, just to get through the day, but I couldn't do it. I had to take it all off. And it wasted a bunch of time.
Good stuff.
Anyway, that's it.
All right,
I
let's
got
start.
nothing.
I feel like we have to start the podcast because as much as I love talking
What?
about your nails
You don't
and
want to keep
the
talking about
strongly worded letter that I'm
about
actually excited to read. Um,
my nail strife?
yeah.
Okay,
But yeah, we're here
we're here.
for the podcast.
Yes, I'm so glad.
So, do you want to welcome everybody?
Yes, welcome everybody. Welcome to Ain't Nothing But a G Thing.
This is a grief positive space where no feeling is too weird, too loud, or too much. Through real talk, raw stories, and a lot of laughter, we're flipping the script on grief from downward spiraling to growing upward together.
We're not here to fix your grief. We're just here to sit with it and maybe laugh at it. Two friends, two dead parents, a million what the F moments, and we are here for all of it because,
Grief is weird.
and so are we.
So, Tiff, it occurs to me that I think we forgot to introduce ourselves in episode one.
Whoopsie.
Wait, do you want to introduce me and I'll introduce you?
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. So, Brielle is a beautiful woman with deep thoughts, a contagious laugh, and an incredibly long tongue. She works in PR, lives on the Upper East Side with her zany husband Tommy, and I consider her my it girl when it comes to goings on near and far. Brielle is great at research and booking a great brunch spot, and she is superb at creating itineraries that obviously include said research. When we were both single and on a beach in Miami many moons ago, we decided we needed each other with a penis. And I still stand by that statement. Not just because we are so alike, but because she is just perfect. The best travel partner, the best analyzer of what others are going through. And she gets me. She listens. She thinks deeply yet again. And she is a water stealing effing camel. Maybe we'll tell you that story at some point, but not
I
right
can't
now.
deny any of those things.
I truly could not have gotten through this past year and a half without her. And that's partly why we're here today.
Aw,
I
you
know I
make
got
me
a little teary.
cry.
Oh,
Make me cry. All right, my turn.
yep.
Everyone, please meet Tiffany. I have known Tiffany for over 25 years now. That's crazy. And it would be very fair to say she is one of my best friends outside of our little chaotic circus of G thing. But as life would have it, she is also my grief bestie. And I am eternally grateful for that. A couple fun facts. Tiffany lives with her equally zany husband, if not more zany, in New Mexico. She's a third grade teacher, so she's kind of a mother to all, including us. And she has probably one of the biggest hearts I've ever been in contact with. She has this hilarious quirk of always screwing up cliches. So instead of that ship sailed, she's like, that ship sunk. I mean, it's kind of more accurate anyway. But again, we're not going to go there. That's a whole different conversation. She's also blindingly positive, but not in the annoying way. It's this very dark, funny, real positivity. And sometimes it just makes everything, even grief, more palatable. And what I love most about her, most of all, is her self-awareness. This is something that I more recently have experienced within her grief process. And she grieves out loud just like she lives. You know, it's messy, but it's intentional. And it gives everyone else the permission to do the same. So I'm eternally grateful for her, you. And thank you. And I don't know how I would have made it through the last 1.5 plus year without you.
Thank you.
And I also think that is one of the reasons that we started this podcast, this journey that we happen to be on side by side together. That's not something we chose to do, but we realized somewhere along the way we were incredibly lucky to have each other in the same position. And it really helped to lighten the load as we are going through this. And we wanted to be able to maybe share that with some other people who may not have that.
Fair. I don't remember if I said this last time. Brielle, that was so sweet. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
don't think I'm the mother at all. I think you guys are all taking care of me all the time. Like, no, we shouldn't go in that creepy attic with those guys from Westchester. Or you shouldn't get on the bus in a random country
Or you
with
shouldn't leave the resort.
shouldn't leave the resort. I always want to leave the resort. I always do leave the resort.
Oh, I know.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
family. But yeah, I don't know if we said this last time, but like it feels okay to talk to you about some of the crazy things that the thoughts that we have. And we both have really amazing husbands, very supportive, but it's almost like harder to explain how you're f feeling to somebody that's not currently going through it, or maybe also not as self-aware.
Yep,
So I think you're right. This has been so helpful, and I'm just so glad. And since we've started our Instagram, the followers that we have, like, we're all having these conversations very honest and open. I just love it.
I
I
agree.
really do.
Me too.
Yay.
Hey.
We're doing it.
And now it's fine. It's time for my favorite part, though.
Gee, thing glossary.
I was waiting for it.
I love words and vocabulary. And so here's the newest one. Last week, we can't forget Grief Goblin. This week, it is, drum roll please, Grief Zombie. Yes, that's the sign. The sign is where you're walking like a zombie. And instead of eating brains, you just watch reality TV.
Or any kind of TV, actually.
Actually, any kind of TV, but it has to be something that will completely take you away from the current status of your life.
Correct. And I will say, I was surprised by the Grief Zombie and the Grief Zombie's choices for me.
Same.
Because one would have thought I kind of thought it would have been reality television, but I do watch a lot of reality television in my normal day to day. So, what really did it for me immediately after my mother passed was I found myself diving into the show Oz. And this is a phenomenal show. Let's just fine. But it
Fair.
is probably what, 15, how old? 15 years old?
It's very old.
It's old.
Very.
But the main thing that was surprising to me was this is a complete prison show. The
Yep.
whole entire show is in prison. That apparently
Really gets you.
was the thing that somehow helped me survive the early days. And that's wild to me because I haven't really watched a prison show on purpose probably since Oz was on. I remember there was like Oz, there was Prison Break, there were all these prison shows that had a moment, but I really haven't been there, and I'm not sure I never would have thought it being attractive for me to watch or really wanted to watch it, but in that moment, it was strange. I hadn't thought about the show in years, and I saw it, and I just went in, and I watched probably 3 seasons within the first 3 days, 3 to 4 days of my grief. And I'm still in shock because it was just such a departure. But again, I think there is something about losing yourself in a world that is so different and completely takes you out of your life. And apparently that's prison for me.
I have a lot to say about that. But the first thing is, I am so scared of prison. So I was watching, there was another, it was not Oz, it was the other one. The Orange is the New Black.
Yes.
And I would watch that. I couldn't watch it. I watched it at night and I was having nightmares. And I was like, I cannot watch prison shows because I am a third grade teacher. Like I go to work and I come home and then like I go to bed. I'm terrified of being put in prison. Like I'm not doing anything wrong. But that's weird.
I know.
It's almost, I would say it's equally as weird as my housewife addiction, the Real Housewives.
Which I do feel like we need to clarify for those who may not understand, but until 2 years ago, you had never watched any reality
None.
TV.
None.
None. Like not even not even like, I mean, did you do
Well,
Real World back in the day?
nope. You made me watch Love is Blind. And what's funny is I watched the first season with Daddy. Daddy was living with
Oh.
us. He came to visit in the winter and he stayed for a while. And I remember watching that first season with Daddy, and he was like, he had the best commentary. Oh, Bippy, that girl's too good for him. And that guy's ugly. Who's gonna date him? He's short. Like he was like bashing these people. And I thought it was so hilarious because I don't know why he was even watching it with me. I was like, you don't have to stay in this living room. You could go to your room. But he watched it painstakingly with me. Like we made bets on, like we made, like me and you do. We made bets. That was the first, I think, reality show that I watched. And then you just convinced me that it was necessary. And now I'm so thankful because mine, like Oz for you, mine was Vanderpump Rules. You were like, no, you have to go back to season one. And sure enough, I went back to season one and I watched 11 seasons in like 3 months, I think. I think it was, I don't even know, but I think it was that or less.
I believe it.
Grief
I believe
zombie.
it. Grief zombie. Total
I
grief
grief
zombie.
zombied it up. And sometimes I would do that while playing Tetris. Like both, because it
Hmm.
wasn't enough to turn off my intrusive thoughts to just listen, just watch one thing. I had to do two
Hmm.
things.
Yep.
So yeah, the grief zombie is a real doozy. And also, you're like, I really should be doing other things.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't know, cooking dinner or laundry, nothing.
Yeah.
Watching
No, the
terrible
zombie
television.
just
And
turning into a grief
Oz is
zombie.
good. I remember it being good, but there's no reason to watch that many seasons of it
No, it's
so
not.
quickly.
It is not healthy.
So quickly. Were you like serving Tommy you know, boxed mac and cheese?
Yeah, you know what? I do think it is partially, there's got to be something about it, like you said, about taking yourself out of your own life. And I do think, you know me, I've always been a bit of a rule follower. And so I do think that prison and jail and anything in that arena is actually up there on my big fears. But apparently, when I'm grieving, bring on the
Listen,
fears.
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
A couple of our followers wrote Top Chef was their grief zombie show.
That's a good one.
And what was the other one? I can't remember. They wrote some really good things. So
Oh,
keep, yeah.
Naked and Afraid.
Naked and Afraid.
And I have to say, I've been on that bandwagon many a times. That has been helpful because
Exactly.
that's petrifying.
Petrifying. Could you even? Oh, speaking of real, I am still trying Bachelor in Paradise. And I don't know when we're going to post this, but I hate this season. And
Hate.
I'm still watching it.
I am actually hate watching this
I'm
season. It
hate
is
watching it.
official. We're an official hate watch. There's no way I'm not finishing it, but it is the worst season I've ever watched. I can't believe that they brought the show back. I have a lot of thoughts about Bachelor in Paradise. I feel like that might be for another day,
Yeah.
but I really, yeah, I'm
But that's the
disappointed.
one I'm watching now because I'm taking a break from Real Housewives because you told me to go back to Orange County.
You had to.
I'm there. I'm in season like five,
You gotta watch Orange County.
5 or 6, I think.
Yeah.
And that is even more ridiculous than the previous ones I watched.
I think that was the first, wasn't
It
it?
was the first. That's why you
Yeah,
told me to go
that's
back to.
yeah, it's worthy. So imagine that being the first version of Housewives anyone saw. It's wild.
It's wild.
Hmm.
It's wild. And it's so bad. It's such terrible television
Terrible.
that it really hits. I don't know what the phrase is, but you're right. I was gonna say hits the nail on the head, but
That's right.
I don't think that's right about like hits. I think it hits the spot with like what I need. So I think it's hitting something.
You're so close.
I'm always so
Every
close.
time you're so close.
I'm always so close. And sometimes Ryan will be like, "Are you really fake? Are you faking it?" And I'm like, "Why would I fake it? I teach figurative language. Like, why would I don't do this on purpose." In my class, I write them down every time we use one. I write them down. Like the other day, I was like, Jeremiah's on fire. And I was like, wait, is he really on fire? And the kids were like, no. And then we wrote it down because I'm like, gotta remember that one.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fine.
it is my favorite thing about you.
Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm glad somebody enjoys it. I certainly
Hilarious.
don't when I'm like, what's that? Like when you're trying to say something is good or bad.
It's so good. It's my favorite. It is my favorite.
Sorry.
But yes, we've all known. I'm sure a lot of you out there have experienced the grief zombie. Um,
Keep
you know,
sharing your stories because they're making us laugh.
hmm
And that's really what's keeping us sane for the most
exactly.
part. A big
Okay,
question.
big questions.
Big question.
All right, this episode's big question for Tiffany.
Yep.
What's a recent moment you realize grief still sneaks up on you?
So my birthday was just recently, and it's still August, so it's still my birthday month, so woo. But my grandma Dottie's birthday was August 8th, and she passed away many years ago. I was 16 when she passed, or even 15. And my dad, so, well, there's two things. One is that last birthday, because it was only like 4 months in, I don't remember how I felt on my birthday last year. So this snuck up on me because I was just like, oh, my birthday's coming up, not feeling any type of way about it yet. And on August, so my birthday's August 9th, and on August 8th, I went to the gym and I was crying. And I realized, oh, I would always text daddy on the 8th to say, Happy birthday, Grandma in heaven. And then we would have a nice, sweet conversation. So I guess maybe I didn't realize, like I just was crying. And then I went down from there, right down the toilet, and I was like, wait, I'm not going to hear from him tomorrow. And
Mm,
because, like, for his birthday, I would call him. So it's more reasonable to say, you just can't call him, right? That's
mhm.
easier in my mind than I'm not going to receive a call from him. So I had a 3-day weekend. Ryan planned this really wonderful couple of days, not even knowing I was in this kind of weird spiral. Like he just planned it because he's a wonderful man and um I love swimming. So he was like, we're gonna go swimming. And so I got home and I was bawling. And I was like, and I felt so bad because Ryan's like getting ready for our trip, like packing a cooler and like, and just really excited that we were going away. We got a dog sitter. It was very exciting. And I was honest because I'm feeling very weird. I didn't feel like this last year. And that is the biggest thing that I think is the weirdest is that my birthday was harder than his birthday or his
Mm,
death anniversary. Like all of that was easier somehow. And I went through my phone to check voicemails. And I'm like, I don't have a voicemail from him from like a previous birthday. Cause I was like, oh, that'll definitely fix it. If I listen to him saying happy birthday to me,
oof.
which I'm like, again, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I realized, oh my goodness, I hurt more, but also it's so weird that it was worse this year. And everybody says it gets better. Well, actually, this birthday for me was worse than my last birthday. Again, I was still in shock. I get that, but so that was my sneaking up moment. And there have been like I've texted you, but there have been times where I'm just crying and you don't even know like initially why you're crying. And I think that's so weird.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so weird.
I am familiar with that feeling and the sneak up 100%. And it's so hard. And I think One of the things that you and I do talk about in these moments is whatever it is you are feeling, it never feels like it makes sense,
No,
but that's okay.
exactly.
And it's okay for you not to feel okay.
Right. But I guess to me, we've seen a lot lately. It's not really accepted to talk about that like when you get to work or
No, it's definitely
or
not.
yeah, they're like that was a year and a half ago or whatever. And then like one woman, she's very nice, but she was like, "Oh, why don't you just go on Lexapro?" And I'm like she was being like nice because I was bawling at work. And I'm
Right.
like, I'm like the
Honey, why
kids
don't you have some Lexapro? It's fine. Here's some candy.
I'm like, well, the kids are coming in 20 minutes. I'll pull it together. But it it's true. Like I feel so happy that we can talk about these things because we do feel crazy. And
Yeah,
it's okay to share that so that we're at least feeling this together, right?
definitely.
All the unspoken moments that are we're going through.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that leads into something else that we talk a lot about, which is the power of us.
Yeah.
And like we spoke about before, that's, I think, what you and I felt in our grieving process, side by side, that we are hoping to share and provide for others that may not have that available to them because we feel so lucky.
Yes, and I think that it's a community. It's been so welcoming and everybody has different grief. There's so much nuance there that we are harnessing. Every time I go on our page, I'm learning something new or I'm relating to something like who knew that all of this was going on? Like,
100%. I feel the same way. And in a way, I feel like it's almost like this secret little community.
yeah,
You've heard the term before, the club nobody wants to be a part of, and things along those lines. And I get it now. I do
yeah.
get it now because now that we are going through this and looking for that community and finding it, it's amazing to see. And remember, this is something that every single human will go through.
Yes.
And yet, it is something that is not talked about. Like you said, it's almost not accepted. People put a time limit on it, on your bereavement, down to the corporate bereavement days and all of that. And it's kind of wild because every single human that is alive will go through some form of grief in their life.
Yeah, and it's something that really nobody fully knows, like w where they are, or like, and so that to me is we should feel weird. Like, why don't we admit that? And I think that people are just trying to push it under the rug or just get over it. And I think that that's absurd, like that we're expected to. And it's
Yeah,
like, wait a second. No, it's crazy. And so I want to encourage people to still talk about things and figure out how to harness that energy. And instead of going downhill, like really try to figure out how you can put yourself in an upward spiral. Like
yeah,
that's what I want people to focus on because that's what we had to do. We're sitting in our grief a lot, especially when watching television, but I want us to find the power in each other and the communication of these things to make it again more positive, I guess, for in the future.
for
Does that
sure.
make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Thank you guys for joining us this month. We'll be back next month with an all new episode about, well, that'll be a surprise, but it will definitely be about some sort of grief.
We are so thankful for our followers. So please go follow us on the Instagram handle at just a G thing baby. We just love helping and we want to help you. So we encourage you to please rate us, put a review there if you either laughed, cried, or had a little cringe moment with us. We'll see you guys soon.